moment on this conference that I went for in Nairobi, when the South African Minister of Transport stood up in the gathering where there are political parties from all over the world, and he said to me, he said, I want to applaud Liberia because your election was so tight, hotly contested, and President Bouaga only defeated President Weah less than 30,000 votes. And yet, President Weah conceded. He said, you people should continue that democracy. I was proud. I'm going to say anyway, therefore, President, we have to concede and keep our democracy on the path it is. It's something, of course, I'm proud of, and I'm happy he did that. I would praise him any day for that, because not many Africans can do that. Look, let's stop all these political norms. When people do something good, praise them. He could have stayed in power like other people. Yes, he could have done that. When President Bouaga
My fellow Liberians, I'm Edwin Daniel C. Gayu Jr., Deputy Information Minister of the Republic of Liberia. Today, let's take a look at what His Excellency President Weah has done through the Liberia Electricity Corporation. Before President Weah's inauguration, Liberia was largely a dark country with only 35,000 households having access to electricity. With the exception of few households in Grand Jide, Maryland, and Nima counties that were connected to the CLSG lines, fewer residents in Monrovia receive irregular supply of electricity at one of the highest costs in West Africa. The woes of the power sector were compounded by a major donor apathy caused by the unaccountability of about $6 million United States dollars of the Norwegian donor fund, an overdue debt of $8.2 million United States dollars that was not paid by the previous administration stressed the cash flow of LEC and impeded its commercial activities already plagued by uncontrolled power theft. With the scant supply of expensive electricity to minute parts of 3 counties, to dark Liberia with majority of its blackout cities, towns, and villages was handed to His Excellency President George Weah for illumination. President Weah has increased the supply of electricity to 220,000 households from 35,000 households in 2018. Cities, suburbs, and towns in 9 counties, Montserrado, Margibi, Grand Cape Mount, Bombing, Bong, Maryland, Rivergy, Grand Jide, and Nima counties have received electricity for the first time since our Civil War. President Weah has increased LEC generation capacity from 88 megawatts in 2018 to 113 megawatts in 2023. He made it possible through the power purchasing agreement for the supply of 25 megawatts through the CLSG interconnecting lines. President Weah has also successfully transformed the Bushra power plant from use of diesel to heavy fuel oil and increased its generation capacity from 35 megawatts to 38 megawatts. President Weah has restored donors' confidence in the energy sector once more. He has, over the past 5 years, attracted hundreds of millions of dollars in support of major LEC projects under his administration. Among the projects is the $96 million United States ongoing RESPACT project to procure and install 20 megawatt solar power plant. This project will also add 2 turbines to the existing McCovey hydro plant to boost its generation capacity to 128 megawatts. On behalf of the Liberian people, President Weah has also formed a partnership with World Bank and West Africa Power Pool to conduct a feasibility study for the construction of a 150 megawatt hydropower plant on the St. Paul River. The study is near completion. When the St. Paul River hydropower project is constructed, it will have a generation capacity of 2 times more than the McCoffey hydro currently generates. Upon the urgings of President Weah, the World Bank has already pledged $300 million United States dollars toward the construction of the St. Paul hydropower plant. In a few years from now, the entire Liberia will receive stable and affordable electricity when President Weah completes the Respite 20 megawatt solar project, the 15 megawatt Scatec solar project, and the 150 megawatt Simple hydro plant. Upon completion of these projects, LEC will generate about 300 megawatts. In President Weah's Liberia, 1.1 million persons have access to affordable electricity because he reduced the tariff on electricity from 35 cents per kilowatt to between 15 and 22 cents per kilowatt based on your customer type. President Weah has catalyzed the access to affordable electricity by signing into law an act criminalizing power theft. His anti-power theft campaign has saved LEC from over 30 million United States by signing into law an act criminalizing power theft. His anti-power theft campaign has saved LEC from over 30 million United States dollar loss per year and booked about 28,000 corporates. As a result of the anti-power theft campaign, over 15,000 new prepaid meters have been installed and more than 18,000 disconnections of illegal customers have been made. President Weah has made LEC financially stable by paying the previous administration overdue debts and by paying his government debt on time. Since 2018, the government of Liberia has been built up to 37 million United States dollars, and President Weah's government has paid up to 36 million United States dollars on time. President Weah has also issued executive orders exempting LEC from paying custom duties and general services tax on petroleum products, transformers, wires, and light poles to hasten LEC expansion program. As a result of all his efforts, 15,000 transformers have been added to LEC's network, while 2,199 kilometers of medium voltage lines have been installed. What a capable leader we have. Thank you, President Weah. Grand Kipma, Bombing, Bong, Maryland, River G, Grand Jita, and Nima counties have received electricity for the first time since our Civil War. President Weah has increased LEC generation capacity from 88 megawatts in 2018 to 113 megawatts in 2023. He made it possible through the power purchasing agreement for the supply of 25 megawatts through the CLSG interconnecting lines. President Weah has also successfully transformed the Bushra power plant from use of diesel to heavy fuel oil and increased its generation capacity from 35 megawatts to 38 megawatts. President Weah has restored donors' confidence in the energy sector once more. He has, over the past 5 years, attracted hundreds of millions of dollars in support of major LEC projects under his administration. Among the projects is the 96 million United States dollar ongoing respite.
Welcome, fellow Liberians, home and abroad. We want to use this time to welcome each and every one of you and to appreciate you for your presence here as always. We want to say thank you. We urge that you do us a favor, and that favor that we require of you is to please hit for us the share button. I want to use this time to welcome my own darling, lovely sister, Fatu Sharif. You are welcome. I want to welcome our brother, Momo Blamo. Thank you so much for joining us. And all of you who are joining us from various parts of the globe, I want to say thank you. For those of you joining us on Metro Media, I want to say you are highly welcome. Joining us from on the YouTube channel, I want to appreciate you. Joining us on the King's FM, I want to say you are highly welcome. Thank you so much. Fellow Liberians, the best person that can explain your story is you yourself. We live in a day, in an age, and in a time where your hello can be misinterpreted for insult. I want you to listen to me very keenly. Your hello can be misinterpreted by people for an insult. And your insult can be interpreted as praises by others. But the best person that is able to explain how they feel is that person You yourself. Over the period, I have learned something. Our presence on social media or on different platforms have taught us a lot. And what I have learned from the time spent here is that there are people among us who are not moved by whatever that is written. They are not moved by whatever form, shape, and manner you will write your idea in. For them, they want to see, they want to hear. Some are educated, but they just don't have the time to do your reading stuff. When they see it, it helps to inform them. When they hear it, it helps to inform them. And there are people who also believe in the details. But the many people who believe in the details, they want to see the details, there are not many among us. There are not very many, very few. Because time is of essence. That's why when you see now in the word that we find ourselves, there is something that these people have produced called audio book. Maybe some of you have heard of it, audio book. So what happened to this particular program is that they put the book in the form of a kind of audio. And that program is intended so that they can read everything that is in that book to you without you opening the book to even read. This is the level at which technology is advancing. I'm listening to people who say, oh yeah, AI, yeah, the other thing. Look, whether you like it or not, few years back, we used to have what we call the landline phone. To your ear. Some of you who grew up maybe in the 80s or maybe in the 70s, you will know what I'm talking about. We used to have those landline phones. We've graduated from the process of that landline phone to what we call cell phone. To cell phone. The world is advancing every day. And it is only people who are fools that will sit and say they will not be able to what? To move along with the wave. And they will be back in their Asian and archaic stage or cocoon. I want to encourage you this afternoon. Be familiar with the technology that is developing on a daily basis. Be accustomed, learn it, know it, make use of it. Because the world is becoming very, 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 very busy and don't have time. No, the world don't have time. What we used to sit down and spend 3, 4, 5 hours on researching, this time it takes you just a second to get all of the information. That's the power of technology. That's the power of innovation. That's the power of development. Use what is within your means or within your frame or within your cycle to explain your story. It is on this note, fellow Liberian, I want to start by saying thank you very much. The analog phone. Thank you very much, Tapper. Thank you so much. The analog phone. So you see, the world is advancing. This time, the simplest place you can get all of the information, fellow Liberians, is on the internet. Somebody will say Google. Do you know that there is something that is now coming? And at the end of the day, it's going to kick away that thing you call Google, that AI coming. AI. This time, whatever you need, just step it in the AI. For example, I want to write a letter of apology to a friend. Just put in that small word. I want to write a letter of apology. Or just say it. Just say it. I want to write a letter of apology to my friend. You will be surprised. Thank you. Finished. That AI will give you a comprehensive letter. All you need to do maybe is to just edit, pour your friend name, pour here, pour there, and all the other thing, and save you a lot of time. Save you too much energy. It's there. People can buy it. They get it. How you call advanced future. People can buy it. Make use of whatever to explain your story. It is on this note that, fellow Liberian, I want to start with this particular story that I've just played you. Seditions, we must be able to explain our story, and that's why we will put our people in the streets. We will put them in the ghettos. We will put them on the roads. We will put them in the villages. We will put them in the towns and put them in the butchers to explain about what His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah did for the people. Some of these moves that I am seeing, somebody will say it is belated. But as for me, I will say it's good. It's good. I agree. Look, you know how to defeat your opponent is to first of all respect and understand your opponent's strength. And today, that's what I'm going to be doing. It's going to be very uncomfortable to some people, but I'm going to say it. To defeat your opponent, I'll give you an example. I did martial art, right? I'm a martial artist. What I was taught by my master, by my instructors, is that for you to defeat somebody, you must first of all come with the mindset of respect. You must respect that person's craft, respect what that person can do. Respect that they too have some level of value in them. Don't come with the mindset of, I mean, I'm nothing. You can say it, but in your mind, add in your mind that this man is of my strength, so I must practice hard. That's why you see people will go to practice ground and spend hours because they respect the strength of their opponent. They respect the move of their opponent. So you want to double up your efforts. And the more you practice is the more you outweigh them. So what I was taught was that in order for you to defeat somebody, respect them. Be calm, be patient. Engage them with respect and with a calm heart. And you can defeat them. Whenever you put anger in what you are doing, you forfeit your victory. You forfeit the victory. Over the period, I must say this to us. Seditions, we have some of the best brains in terms of information dissemination. We have committed people. Look, seditions, we have everything to offset the unity party. We have committed people. We have dedicated people. We have, just name it. We have everything that it takes. But ask yourself, why is it we allowed the unity party to misbehave on us? Why? Why did it happen? It's because we refuse to make the best of our own. We refuse to empower our own. We refuse to give our own the platform. And because of that, we suffer the consequences. I always say this to people. Unity Party did not defeat us. Oh yes, today the show is a bit different, right? Yeah, it's going to be different. The Unity Party did not defeat you, seditions. They did not. It was seditions that defeated themselves. Wasn't the Unity Party? The Unity Party does not have what it takes to defeat you. Leave that thing. Sometimes we say it. The Unity Party, yeah, they got strong propaganda. The Unity Party don't have strong propaganda arm. No, they don't have it. They don't have it. Their propaganda is archaic, it's ancient, it's analog. They don't have it. But what we did as seditions is we failed to give people the opportunity. We failed to support our own. We failed to put people out there to explain our story. And because of that, our opponent make use of our failure to empower ourselves, to empower our foot soldiers. Today, fellow Liberians, look at the significant work that our people are doing out there. Look at how our people are explaining the agenda of His Excellency President Dr. George Weah to our people. Look out there. See our younger kids. See our brothers and our sisters. How they are propagating the agenda of His Excellency President Dr. George Weah. Somebody called me yesterday and said, Prince, I watched one of your shows about this issue of President Weah developmental initiative in impacting the young people. This guy is a chronic member of the Unity Party. We on the phone and the man is literally crying. He's in tears. You know, these are things that encourage me to do what I'm doing. The guy was in tears. He said, Prince, I've been following you for a long time, since 2014. He said, I've been following you for a long time. He said, Prince, I have never spent more than 15 minutes on your show. I'll be there for the first 10 minutes. And I just read some funny comment, attack you, blah, 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 and stuff like that. He said, but I have never been on your show for more than 15 minutes. And I get the permission of this person to call his name. Not to play whatever we say behind the scenes. Some things I can say it here. And this person is here. This is the person. This individual called me yesterday. We talked for about 38 minutes in this particular individual. And this individual said that you see on the stuff here, this Momo Blamo, he said, Prince, I want you to highlight this. He said, I have never watched your show for more than 15 minutes. He said, before, I was your very, very hard critics. He said, look at some of your shows. I will come there, I will cause, man cause, back cause, all kind of cause I will cause. I will attack you. I will do this, do that. But he said, you play a video. And as I watched that video, I shed tears for Liberia. He said, the video that you play when you were talking about when Daniel Gayu, the former minister, was talking about President Weah initiative for the young people in the TVEC sector. He said, I took my own time. That video went for 2 hours, 5 minutes. I took my own time. I sat down and I chose to listen to that video. He said, after listening to the video, he said, Prince, I don't want you to blow up my identity, but I'm going to be with the CDC. I'm going to campaign with the CDC. And he told me, he said, my campaign for the CDC, it starts effective immediately. And this guy showed me some things, right? He showed me some stuff. Bring it on the phone. You okay? Thank you. And this guy showed me some stuff, right? He showed me some stuff where he supported the Unity Party. The guy sent me a transfer to the now chairman of the Unity Party, Luther Tappe, of $1,500. $1,500 for the party, Unity Party. He said, Prince, I am not just a supporter by mouth. I support. I put myself into it. He sent me 3 different Western Union transfer. He sent me $1,500 to Luther Tappe. He sent me some screenshots of their conversation. He was able to send $875. $875 to Mo Ali. He showed me the screenshot. $875. $875 sent to Mo Ali. He was able to send $500 to our brother at LPRC. Amos Tour, when they were in opposition. He showed me all of these. It's going to work. It's going to work. Thank you. I'm on this stuff. He showed me all of these and said that, look, I am with the CDC. I am grateful because these videos that we play you, there are people who listen to it religiously. And it is changing the narrative. And I'm grateful for that. These are things that strengthen me. Let me tell you the truth. I come here, I spend all of these times. I'm not getting a single dime from anybody. They are even up to now, some people believe, say, oh yeah, they person paying you, that person paying you. My own party that I support and I'm a member of since 2005. We're in government. We were here. Nobody cared to call me and say, hey, let's file that here for you. I have the right to get that money. What I do is a work. But I continue, you know why? Because of my passion. Because I have seen that the emancipation of Liberia lies in the agenda of the CDC. I have seen it. I am strengthened by each and every one of you that call on a daily basis, that encourage us, your comments and etc. And I want to say thanks. So I want to welcome you, my brother Momo Blamo, to the CDC. I want to welcome you. He said, I am a full-fledged member. He said, Prince, the identity, ya keep it. Well, I'm a full-fledged member. I'm involved. There is something I want to say to you, but I will hold it yet. For the time, I will hold it yet. But I want to say kudos to those young seditians who are doing exceptionally well with the information. Look at how these people are disseminating the information. Look at how they are doing. And we are proud of them. Look, for example, let me show you a video right here of a very young brother. Sorry, let me show you this video. Just bear with me. Bear with me, please. Let me. Okay, fine. Look at this video. I'm going to play you this video. I want you to watch this.
My name is Wilmot Liba Credo. We are here in Grand Chile. I want to Colombo rule. See the rule. See the road. See how people are going through a tough time on the road. Good afternoon, good evening. My name is
This
Wilmot Lee
is
Macready. We
a
are here.
brother called Honorable Wilmot Lee Macready. Wilmot Lee Macready, very young brother. This brother is going from one county to the other, exposing the deception of the Unity Party and projecting the project of His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah. Something that some people from MICA, Ministry of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, could not do. Something that people from ELBC could not do. This is what this brother is doing. Showing you the project of His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah in this opposition time. A very young brother. Very energetic. Showing you the lies and the deception of the Unity Party. When Joseph Numa Brecker said, no car will be stuck in the mud, this brother is going in the counties. He is going in the counties and bringing to you and myself the reality. A sedition, very young, energetic brother. Look at what this brother is doing. Look at what he is doing. Let me just play you a video.
Here in Grand Chile
Watch this
County,
video.
to be precise, on the Konobo Road. See the
Watch
road.
this video.
See the road. See how people are going through a tough time on the road. You see it? How people are going through a tough time. But so people can tell you say, let
Look there.
this county, let it so easy. You see the road? Is that the road looking? A major
You know,
road, they will
dry
go to
season.
Konobo. See how the brother is struggling
Now, dry
to pass
season,
it
yo.
back. Is that the brother
Look
is
there.
struggling to pass it back? See the road? Look, come see. Come here again. You see the road? You see the road?
In a dry
You see the road?
season. It's not rainy season, yo.
You see
A
the
dry
road?
season.
And they go well. And they go. But because the road are just where funded and secure off funding for, let the camera be on the road, my young man. Secure off funding for, and at the road.
Now, these are roles that President Weah was able to secure the funding for. He went to the international community, met the international community, appealed to them, and they were able to give him funding for this role. I don't want you to believe it. Let me bring you the information. Sorry. Let me bring you this information. You good. Just bear with me. Let me bring you this. Let me bring you this. Just bear with me. And I'm going to read it. Here is it. Let me bring you this right here so you can see it and see what we are talking about here. Here is it. Let me put myself down here and I will maybe try to read for you to see. This is August 7, 2018. August 7, 2018. Let's go here. The World Bank says it has offered to support the George Weah-led government in its effort to exploit potential sources of funding for the development of roads in Liberia. This report was done by Rodney DCA, etc., from the Front Page Africa. Let's go and read some. Responding to Front Page Africa inquiries, The bank, in a statement to the Front Page Africa Monday, said the Liberian government expects to raise close to 500 million with potential contributors from development partners, including from the World Bank Group, and by mobilizing private financing through guarantees and other instruments. The government is already working with the World Bank on developing a similar financing model for the proposed Southeast Corridor Road Assets Management Process. That is the SECRAMP, SCRAM-RAMP, to support the construction of the Ganta Tapetan Zedru Road. The agreement noted last Thursday, the government, through Minister Len Eugene Nangbe, said it was in discussion with the World Bank to secure 500 million loan deal for the implementation of road projects in the country that it has made a top development priority. Let's go ahead. In an apparent reference to concerns over the controversial dragging the government quest to secure loan through Elton Finance Private Limited and the Burkina Faso-based firm Ibomath, Nangbe suggested in his address to journalists last week that the president has given the bank an ultimatum. If they do not want him to borrow in their commercial space, they should bring money for his development agenda. The US 536 million agreement with Elton Finance Private Limited is geared towards the construction of a coastal corridor, connections of county capitals road projects via the construction of the Bikano sister city to Greenville to Barclayville Road, the Barclayville to Sastan Road, and the Barclayville to Plebo Road. Other roads to benefit from the loan include, oh sorry my people, we're doing plenty thing here. Baby sitting at the same time doing what we're doing, so everything is part of it. So just bear with us. The Barclayville to Sastan Road and the Barclayville to Plebo Road. Other roads to benefit from the loan include the Medina to Rabosfield Road and Tottenberg to Bapolu Road. Also to be constructed are rest stops. That is, they will have places on the road where people can rest and stop. Like in the US here, when we are driving long distances, they have rest area where people can go to rest. You sleep there small, you take bath, you use the bathroom, and etc. So the plan of President we are in that particular agreement was to ensure that when the roads are built, not only that the road should be built in the usual manner like we build road, but there should be an area where people can stop. For example, if you are driving from Monrovia, right? You are driving from Monrovia all the way to maybe, let's say, Nimba. President Weah, his plan was that along the way, there should be a stop center where drivers or pedestrians or people can go there, take a rest for 35 minutes, take their bath, get something to eat, and get back on the road and start going. You see the plan of President Weah? That's why he was going for the Ibomath loan that it was intended for. But let's go ahead. Let's read, and I will explain to you further. The US 420 million loan aimed at financing the design, construction, and supervision of the road corridor in Monrovia. Oh, sorry, my people. Having distraction on the other side. I'm babysitting at the same time doing what I'm doing. So just bear with me. The US 420 million loan aimed at financing the design, construction, and supervision of the road corridors in Monrovia. That is Somalia Drive, Keseli Boulevard to Cinco, and the northeastern Liberia, Tapetan, Zwedru Road, including Totan to La Côte d'Ivoire and Zwedru Greenville, from Zwedru to Greenville. The transaction, according to the document obtained by Front Page Africa, has been labeled the loan. Is between the Liberian government and Mr. Muhammadu, whatever his name is, Road Construction Company, Ibomath. Let's go ahead. Both loans draw concerns, criticism on the Weah-led government, with many questioning the government decision to seek loan outside the traditional World Bank and International Monetary Funds, that is the IMF. Now, I want to stop here and give you some explanation about this. And I want to stop here and give you some explanation about this. The plan of President Weah to take that particular Iboma loan was not to use it for his shoes or his clothes. The reason why His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah was taking that loan was to ensure that the corridors, our major roads, are paved. When President Weah went for that particular Iboma loan, these people play politics with that loan, both nationally and internationally. It was during that time that the Fadiga brother became almost like CIA agent, where they planted camera on themselves and said they were looking for Iboma, how you call head office, all around the place. Our traditional partners, that is the international community, the IMF, and the World Bank, because that loan was taken from a company to do the work, they criticized it and said, President Weah, you can't take a loan here. Can't take a loan from us. The IMF, the World Bank, can't take a loan from us. We'll get you the loan so you can pay the road. Don't take it from Iboma people. They play politics. Geopolitics was played. Heavy politics was played. To the extent that His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah intention to collect that money and build the road, it was politicized, and most of you did not know of it. The people in the house there, they canceled the deal. So the IMF, that is the International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank decided, saying you cancel the deal, we'll give you money to build the road. We approve of the money you need to build the road. And that project should have started this particular second term of President Weah, because it was because of them. The people condemn and say, let's go take money from IMF. Let's take money from World Bank. Must you take money from Iboma? Must you take Iboma people money? Let's go take money from World Bank. And because of the urgency that President Weah attached to that particular road corridor, he told the bank, he said, look, you know what happened? I'm not coming waste time here. The Liberian people need their road. I want to sit down here and you people can play politics with Liberia. You either give us the money or we'll go somewhere to go take it from there. That's what President Weah told the international partners. That's why he told the international partner. He said, I don't get the money or we'll go somewhere, we'll go take it from there. And I'm here for that, how you call plenty up and down, this, that thing. And I'm here for it. Let me finish. Yeah? Thank you. So here was what President Weah said. And let me play this, let me bring this for you so you can read it for you to see. President Weah did not play politics with the Liberian people. Let me highlight it right here. You see it highlighted right here? Let's read this, please. In an apparent reference to concerns over the controversial, dragging the government's quest to secure loan through the Atom Finance Private Limited and the Burkina Faso-based firm, Ebomath, Nangbe suggested in his address to journalists last week that the president, listen to this, that the president has given the bank an ultimatum. And this was what President Weah said. If they do not want him to borrow money in the commercial space, they should bring money for his development agenda. Bring it. Let me cut it off. Oh, sorry, my people. You bear with me. The eye looking low. Yeah. That what will go through here. So President Weah told the banks, the people who were criticizing him, oh, you can't take money from commercial people. Don't take money from commercial people. How you take money? The money that President Weah was taking was not to pay his own house. See. was not to obey his rule, was to obey the rule for the Liberian people. The Southeastern Corridor today, all of our major highways, was what President Weah was taking that money for. They condemned it and said, no, President Weah, don't take it. And President Weah was able to go to the World Bank, the IMF, and they agreed that President Weah would give you the money for you to build the road. Because traditionally, that we the one that gave you money for your development projects. And that they did. That they promised. That they were able to agree upon. So today, fellow Liberian, let me tell you this so that you can know. When Joseph Newman Boyka wake up and then people say, oh yeah, they coming based at Eastern Road, President, we are did the heavy lifting already. It remind me of this thing that they passing around with the United Nations, how you call seat for the Security Council, the non-permanent member seat. The one that President John Mane, we are finished lifting the low for. He finished in showing that it happened. They can't and just walk into it. Then they want to take the glory for it. You lie. You will not take glory. Now why we are here. We will debunk you. We will inform the world that you are a liar. So His Excellency President Dr. George Mane was able to secure those loans for his people, not for himself. No. So the World Bank agreed, the IMF agreed. They went through all of the protocols. So if even Joseph Newman Boyka will start that road tomorrow, it's because of the effort of His Excellency President Dr. George Mane. He secured the heavy lifting for that particular road. He got the money already. He got the commitment from the international partner. It's just like this issue of the breach that is going on, right? The breach that these people are fixing around here, or the breach that they are building, the overhead bridge. President Weah did the work. The reason why President Weah, the Chinese decided to put a halt to the work was not because they didn't have confidence in the government, but the singular reason why they decided to put a halt to the war because President Weah said, I will not meddle. I will not be used as a croupier there when two big brothers are fighting. My role here is to play a peaceful role. The Chinese wanted for Liberia to take a side. The Chinese wanted for Liberia at the time under His Excellency President Dr. George Mane Weah to fight the United States in terms of policy. And President Weah said no. America, you are our good partners. China, you are our good partner. If there are issues between two of y'all, I will not take side. Liberians and Liberia will not take side. Our responsibility and duty is to ensure that we continue to talk to the both sides, to allow peace to reign, to allow the pressure to come down. I will not join you to go and fight the other person. Now that I join the other person to come and fight you, I will play the mature role. And because of that, the Chinese government said, oh, you want to join us for us to go for it? You want to join the propaganda for us to make America uncomfortable? And for that reason, the bridge where we're supposed to pay for you, we pull her to it. They didn't say we cancel it. No, listen to this. They did not say we will cancel. They said, where we say we pull her to it. We hold it. We hold it. The day we see anybody who want, then we start the project with them. Today, that project have started under this Joseph Newman Boyka government. And guess what happened? Joseph Newman Boyka wants to take the glory. No, you can't take the glory for something that President Weah did. We are here. We provide the information. Oh, yes, we inform our people. So the same Southeastern Road, my people, what I want the message to go across here and I want for all of us to understand is that even if that road project starts tomorrow, it is President Weah who have already secured the funding and did everything for that road to be okay or for that road to start. Joseph Newman Boyka did nothing at all, absolutely nothing. It's just to go and receive it. Y'all give me 1 minute. Let me check on something. Like I said, we are babysitting, so we got to do what we got to do. Okay? phone. You're sorry, my people. So at the end of the day, these are things that Liberians must understand and that Liberians should know. That His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah have already secured the funding. Already secured the funding for this particular Southeastern corridor. So nobody should lie to you. So let's go ahead and read this story. Let's go ahead and read the story so that you will see how President Weah was able to secure funding from the World Bank and the IMF for this particular role. So let's go ahead. It's important that we read this for you to know. So when they start the Southeast, I'm even surprised that this government took over almost, I don't know how long now, they ain't even able to start the Southeastern Road. You can't even start a corridor because President Weah had already paid for this. Because President Weah did the heavy lifting. So I don't know why up to now we can't hear from our men there. Why up to now our men they ain't able to start a project yet? I don't know why. Why they ain't able to start the project? So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead as we gave you this particular this information. Yes, sorry. Let's go ahead. So it says, oh, what essay? Okay. Okay, let's just start from here. I'm begging you. Let's just start from here. The executive board of the International Monetary Fund, as the IMF, emphasized that future Liberian debt obligation should be undertaken transparently, limiting new debts to concessional terms with effective implementation of infrastructure projects. The IMF is concerned that acquisition of new debts is not being done transparently. The fund demands transparency. Directors emphasize that future debt obligation should be undertaken, okay, limiting the new debts, okay, say, let's come here. The administration also drew airy amongst concern. Let's go to where the World Bank said they were going to give what they were going to give. They say, let's go ahead. Director emphasized the administration also drew this, that, this, and that, and that. Even my agreement states that the government will finance, okay. Assuming that the IBOMAF is same as the loan economists say, the interest rate, okay, is this, that. Administration has also come under, okay, okay, further back. Singapore Business Registrar. Okay, so let's come here. It says, let's come here. Fine. On this IBOMA loan, after these politicians and other partners condemn President Weah for taking a loan to Bay Road from how you call, let's say, the private space or the commercial space. It says, we're reading right here. Let me start from here. The World Bank intervention comes as the 50 banking days deadline for both the Ayrton and IBOMA deal elapsed. The Ayrton contract speculates that the first tranche will be disbursed, within 50 banking days after ratification by the national legislature and the insurance of severance guarantee by the Central Bank of Liberia. The final disbursement will be given 60 days after the first tranche disbursement of such amount of time agreed to in writing by the Ayrton and the GOL. After the severance guarantee is issued by the Central Bank of Liberia in the form of subsistence satisfactory to Ayrton. Similarly, the deadline for the 420 million IBOMAT has also elapsed. Okay, blah, blah, blah. It says, okay, fine. So we come here. Here is where we come in. I want to look for a particular area. So it said, the last week, The government chief spokesman, Minister Nangwe, said development partner has promised to come back after several consultations and urgings from President Weah. So they have come back. Now, the World Bank and the consortium of other partners will give Liberia a concessional financing agreement that we as a government are looking at positively for a total of $1 billion. You see that? $1 billion for our road. According to Nangbe, President Weah has pitched to these development partners, including the World Bank, a maximum of 3 years time frame for the targeted road to be built, which means his government expects the bank to expedite the deal for the availability of the funds. The bank statement, however, blah, 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 and stuff like that. So here is it. The reason why I am taking my own time, fellow Liberians, to tell you is that when the Ibomaf loan and the Elton loan was sought after by President Weah, our international partners that has always been the one giving us money for development, they say, but President Weah, they think what you doing, not correct. You know that you've been taking money from all I was saying. Liberia been crediting money from World Bank, IMF. Why this time around you want to take money from how you call Eton people, from the commercial people? So all that politics we saw playing, where they say, oh, Iboma D, the people didn't get offered, the people didn't get it. It was not because the people didn't have the money to give, but it was all because of the international geopolitics. IMF and the World Bank, they want to be seen as that only institution that will be able to give country money for its developmental purpose or purposes. So they play the politics. And President Weah, being a man of peace, don't want to hurt his people so that there cannot be issues in the future. Told them and said, look, my people, why it is true that we want this money, but it must be in a timely manner. They roll here, I want to do it in the space of at most 3 years. I just read it. You see it there. And I'm making up story. Anytime I come here to explain, we've done enough research, we get adequate information, and we can prepare to unleash the truth. That's what we're here for. So President, we are told the World Bank. So you see, the World Bank said we gave you $1 billion. And you are going to take almost 450 million to pretty close to 500 million. We gave you 1 billion for this rule. And President, we have made it very clear to them. Say, thank you for this loan that you gave in Liberia. Well, you know what happened? I want this particular money in the period of 3 years that we finish with the rule. I don't want to be bailing rule until my next generation come and see the rule. I want to build it, finish it, and turn it over to the Liberian people in 3 years. President Weah was always specific with his projects. That's why we saw under his regime, these projects came to fruition in less than no time. Because President Weah decided that, look, I will not be the usual politician who will say, in the Puebla, and I don't get nothing in Puebla. President Weah said to the international partners that if you want to give us money for our development, I will set up the time frame. Because I want this project to be completed within the space of this time. It should not be, infinitive, forever. No, it can be forever. It cannot be forever. We must have a time frame for this project. This project must have a time frame. If we say we'll do it for 1 year, let's do it for 1 year. That's why you saw what happened in Liberia. For example, look at the Emery Hospital. Look at the Bapolu Hospital. Look at the Grand Jide Hospital. Look at the hospital there in River G. Under President Weah, there were more hospitals built. There were more roads built. No, don't believe me. The videos are here. No, the videos are here. Or you think I'm lying? Let me bring somebody, because when I tell the talk, people here will say, oh yeah, bring your pa, you see this and then. That's what they can say. You see this and then. Waiting here will say, your pa, you're vet, you're angry. Let me bring somebody who is now your traditional sedition. Oh yeah. Let me bring somebody. Let me bring a video here. Because when I tell you, some of you will stay, want to play. Oh, that we not agree. Okay. So just bear with me small. Let me see if I can get this video and bring it. If I can bring the video here for the person to explain. Because sometimes when we explain it, other people can say, oh, that sedition. They angry and they lie. They do that. So let a person help me to explain small. Let me count the show. And Mr. My friend, I want to bring you on the show and I want you to please help me, yeah, to explain to these people. Yeah. Please help me and explain to these people about the issue of the road. So let's listen to Mr. My friend. Let's listen to him. Let Mr. My friend talk small about the whole issue of the road business so that you can hear it for yourself. Let me carry back and put sound on it. That's
since 1847. Since 1847, we gain independence. People in Nigeria gained independence in 1961. 1961.
He was charged with that responsibility to also explain government policies and program. So listen to him. Don't believe what I'm saying. All that thing I read. No, listen here.
Since 1847, we gained independence. People in Nigeria gained independence in 1961. 1961.
On a quick get to.
But since 1847, the total number of paved road, Kota road, tar road, cement road, all is just 750 kilometers. Since 1847.
Courage now.
Yes, this president took over 2 years now. In his second year, he's paving over 400 kilometers of roads. That's more than half of the total road paved since 1857. Can you imagine that?
So you come and say Liberia people not like road. I mean they complain.
The ones that they complain, most of them don't complain, but the ones you see complaining, it's like they say, leave the roads, give us job. Look, since we had military since 1847, we've never had a military hospital. We are now building the first military hospital. In fact, the roof is on top of it as we speak, under this president. You know how do you have, you people get something in Nigeria like the Federal Police Secret Service? We have our own here, they call it NSA, National Security Agency. Ever since this country been founded, they have been renting in one building up Mama Point. If you like, I will carry you there right now. It's this president that is building a new building in his second year on 10 acres of land. Over 75 offices. I'm not talking about command and control center. Since this country was founded, it's the first time in his second year that we are paying our wise fees. You have the West Africa examination thing. Yes, we are paying for the government is paying for the students' fees. Now, even Nigeria, they don't have tuition-free universities and colleges. In this country, under this president, in the second year, we have tuition-free universities and colleges.
Let me stop this here. These are people that will come to tell you, oh, President, we are not doing nothing for the Liberian people. President, we are incompetent. The people not do this, the people not do that. You know why I respect those of you who come to support us? You know why I respect myself and I don't buy what other people will try to push me into? Because you and myself, we were here defending our administration, defending our government, defending our political institution for all of these years. We did not ask for no money. We did not ask for no favor. We did not call nobody. We did it. To the extent that I can tell you this, even under my own government, to get information, somebody I used to send money to people. But scratch card so people can give me information to disseminate it. That's why when I walk with shoulder high. I walk with proud and dignity like every one of us here. I didn't support government because I wanted a government job. The thing that Fagon was doing, that what we can do it better more than he does. You saw during the campaign time. We just show you small what we are capable of doing. During the campaign time, those of you that follow us, you saw what we did. We went to areas that others could not go. We went to areas that others were even afraid to go. I remember we're in Nimba. We went to a village. We reached to that village. We were talking to some of our people, encouraging them to go do the registration. You know, when we go to these areas, we appear like, we appear the way we appear normally. So one of the guys who escorted us, one of the motorcyclists, he got to know that, we came from the States. And the reason why was because, a colleague of mine, had to receive call from his son while he was, while we're at the backpacking waiting. So he received this call from his son, and then, he was kind of like trying to give his son some instructions. So it was based on that. We didn't tell him, but it was based on that he got to know that, the people like the infant, yeah. So reaching the village, he told somebody. So the other woman, we ourselves was shocked and surprised. The other woman almost say, for you to move from all the way there in America, for you to come here. The other woman say, that alone will encourage me tomorrow to get on my feet and go vote for President Weah. That alone. So we're shocked. So, but when and later we got to know that the motorcyclist that carry us, he the one signal to one or two person and told them. So told him, don't do that thing next time. Don't try it next time. Next time, don't try it. We can't hear to cancel it. Don't do that. I am saying this to me, fellow Liberian. We make sacrifices. Sacrifices. And those sacrifices that we make, if the opportunity comes, we do it again. We will do it again. Oh, yes. Just a minute, please. Let me attend to something here.
Installed 20 megawatt solar power plant. This project four bands to the existing McCovey hydro plant to boost its generation capacity to 128 megawatts. On behalf of the Liberian people, President Weah has also formed a partnership with World Bank and West Africa Power Pool to conduct a feasibility study for the construction of a 150 megawatts hydropower plant on the St. Paul River. The study is near completion. When the St. Paul River hydropower project is constructed, it will have a generation capacity of 2 times more than the McCovey hydro currently generates. Upon the urgings of President Weah, the World Bank has already pledged $300 million United States dollars toward the construction of the St. Paul hydropower plant. In a few years from now, the entire Liberia will receive stable and affordable electricity when President Weah completes the Respite 20 megawatt solar project, the 15 megawatt Scatec solar project, and the 150 megawatt St. Paul hydro plant. Upon completion of these projects, LEC will generate about 300 megawatts. In President Weah's Liberia, 1.1 million persons have access to affordable electricity because he reduced the tariff on electricity from 35 cents per kilowatts to between 15 and 22 cents per kilowatts based on your customer type. President Weah has catalyzed the access to affordable electricity by signing into law an act criminalizing power theft. His anti-power theft campaign has saved LEC from over 30 million United States dollar loss per year and booked about 28,000 culprits. As a result of the anti-power theft campaign, over 15,000 new prepaid meters have been installed and more than 18,000 disconnections of illegal customers have been made. President Weah has made LEC financially stable by paying the previous administration overdue debts and by paying his government debt on time. Since 2018, the government of Liberia has been billed up to 37 million United States dollars, and President Weah's government has paid up to 36 million United States dollars on time. President Weah has also issued executive orders exempting LEC from paying custom duties and general services tax on petroleum products, transformers, wires, and light poles to hasten LEC expansion program. As a result of all his efforts, 15,000 transformers have been added to LEC's network, while 2,199 kilometers of medium voltage lines have been installed. What a capable leader we have. Thank you, President Weah. Of diesel to heavy fuel oil and increase its generation capacity from 35 megawatts to 38 megawatts. President Weah has restored donors' confidence in the energy sector once more. He has, over the past 5 years, attracted hundreds of millions of dollars in support of major LEC projects under his administration. Among the projects is the 96 million United States dollar ongoing Respite project to procure and install 20 megawatt solar power plant. This project will also add 2 turbines to the existing McCovey hydro plant to boost its generation capacity to 128 megawatts. On behalf of the Liberian people, President Weah has also formed a partnership with World Bank and West Africa Power Pool to conduct a feasibility study for the construction.
Okay, the pleasant good day, viewers, and it is again a great pleasure for me to welcome all of you to another episode of our We Are Liberia series. We are following Liberia in a different perspective, giving you a clear picture of Liberia many years ago, and Liberia under the stewardship of His Excellency Dr. George Manen Weah. I'm somewhere outside the Bedouin of Moserado County. I'm also somewhere outside of Bond County. I'm along the route, and so I'm in a town that is part of Liberia. This town was established since 1955. And since 1955, these are the kinds of structure that have existed in this part of Liberia. Precisely, since the establishment of this town in 1955, they've never seen a concrete building. Needless to say, have they slept in a concrete structure. The residents of this village have always slept in these mud-daubed houses. This was long before His Excellency President Weah became president of the Republic of Liberia. You may understand that these individuals are Liberians. They are also to benefit from the infrastructure development of our country. But since 1955, when this little village or town was established, they've never experienced the kind of Liberia that they are experiencing under His Excellency Dr. George Manen Weah. The town is called Popo Village. My understanding is many years back, this place was filled of purple, and so the resident of this place thought to name it Popo Village. It is situated in Nimba County, few drive away from the border between Bone and Nimba. The noise you're hearing in the back of this commentary are the individuals who live here for many years. They've born here, they became grandparents here, they lost their parents here, and they've been here for all along. This is Popot Village along the Banga Ganta Highway, but this place is situated in Nimba County. They've never seen concrete structure since 1955. But a new look of Liberia speaks volume under His Excellency Dr. George Manen Weah. So since 1955, the first concrete structures are being placed here in this village. This is the Popot village along the Banga Ganta Highway. Whatever way it is, it's been a difficult time for these residents here in Nimba County. And so today we've managed to make our way here to Popot Village. For the first time since His Excellency the President decided to transform the hosting condition of these Liberians who's been living in these kinds of structures. Today, their lives have changed, they transformed, they are in this concrete structure. With me is that the community chairman?
Yes.
And you got to turn to me so the people can see your face in our conversation. So what is your name, Mr. Chairman?
My name is Ezekiel P.
Mr. P, this is Popo Village.
Yes.
My story here is that it's been here for a little while now, since 1955. So, how was Popo Village before?
Oh, Popo Village was fine before, was in a certain condition. We were in poverty. But Mr. Reaction and Pepper took us from the Popo Village to be a nice house for us in this Popo Village. And now we are living a good life.
So, before you started living in these structures, these new building that Mr. President built for you, what kind of structure you were living in here?
I was living in a post construction before.
Okay.
I was not living in good condition before.
Okay. So since 1955, are these the very first modern structures you see here?
Yes. My first time to live this house living
since 1955. Okay. And how do you feel as a Liberian who's been seeing other president before President Weah, to see him come here and even think about you to give you a house? Are you paying for it?
No, I don't pay for the house, but I'm feeling fine for what you do for me.
Okay. So there's no rent and there's nothing that you do. They just build and give it to you free of charge?
Yes. You don't ask about no time, you don't ask about nothing.
Okay.
You ask about to help you build our building.
Okay. So what message do you want to send out there to other Liberians who are saying that people are doing nothing in this country? The president is doing absolutely nothing.
Those who are saying this thing that President, we are not doing nothing for what we want to do, whatever they are lying to themselves. But we are very doing well for us in this country. Since 1955, my program has been suffering. Send them to the Iraqi and build our house. We are living in normal condition.
Okay, is there any message you want to tell the president?
Yes, I have the message to tell the president. I think it's very well for him to build our buildings fine and send them to the business.
So your name is?
My name is
Ezekiel P. Yeah. Ezekiel lives here in Popot Village, and so Popot Village has become one of the several towns and communities in our country that is benefiting from His Excellency President Weah humanitarian gesture. And we will cut across to see if we can talk to some of the other people here, and so that we can get on talking. And these are the units we're talking about, and you saw the ones that was here long before, since 1955. They were living in those dilapidated structure, and I'm sure this unit is being occupied by a beneficiary. You can stay right here, Oman. So what is your name?
My name is Manuel Woyan.
Woyan. And how long have you lived here?
I lived there for almost 15 years.
15 years. So when you got here, what kind of structure were you living in?
The structure was ordinary structure that we help you to live inside here.
Okay, so was it a mud structure? What kind of
mud structure? We have basic and mud.
Okay, so for 15 years, and until President Weah came here and broke ground and built this house, how do you feel that you no longer live in a mud structure, but you live in a concrete building?
Well, I'm thankful to God. We're living in a kind of condition by President Weah and took us in this condition.
Okay.
We're kind of comfortable.
Okay.
So I'm very pleased and happy.
You're very pleased and happy. Are you being told to pay anything for it? How come you became a beneficiary?
We were not told to pay greatly down for this place.
Okay.
We are living in this place. We are here. Nobody ever come to us to say pay for it.
Okay. You feel very pleased. And as a Liberian, you've seen several presidents, but this is the very first president who's giving you a structure free of charge. Okay. Do you have any message for the Liberian people viewing you now?
For the Liberian people, what are the message I have is that we should maintain our president, and he will do more.
You will do more. You say your name is? Emmanuel Wonyan is a resident here in Popot Village in Nimba County, one of the beneficiaries here in Nimba County. And these are the structures we're talking about. This is the Liberia that we're talking about, transforming lives here in Liberia, taking people from mud structure and putting them in a concrete structure. Let me talk to another gentleman to another structure. And what is the name?
Marcus M. Toa.
Marcus Toa. Marcus, how long have you lived here?
I was born here.
Oh, you were born here and you live here for so long. What kind of house you were living in before?
Steak house.
Steak house. Dumping house. And how long you stay in that dumping house?
A very long time.
A very long time. So when you move in this one?
1 week.
You can't remember the year?
Yeah.
Okay. But how you feel? Who gave you this house, by the way?
Honorable Manenwia.
President Manenwia. He gave it to you for money? Did you pay something for it? Free of charge. So as a young man, how do you feel?
I feel good.
You feel very good. After living in a mud house, a dumping house, now you live in a concrete building with your family. You were born in a mud structure. Now you live in this kind of building. Is there any message you want to tell the Liberian people?
Yeah.
What you want to say?
The thing I get to say is that they will see our uncle, brothers, and father doing good for we the youth. Try to appreciate the person.
Okay.
We're living in a bad condition, but now we build a modern house for us. Anything in the house, bathroom, anything. So we live in a modern house. We live like we are in America.
Okay.
So I'm grateful to God.
Okay, you're very grateful. Now you live here like you live somewhere outside Liberia, because from a mud house, from a dumping house to a concrete house, free of charge, given to you by the President of Liberia, His Excellency Dr. Weah, and you feel very achieved as a young man.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We are staying in Popot Village. You see the residents of the village, they are all tilting the camera and they are all watching us, they are following us, and they are excited to see us here in their village on this day. And they haven't seen a concrete structure here. Some of them live here all along. We can talk to one more person here, and then I will close it up with the chief of the village. So in fact, he is the chief of the village. And so I'm going to go to his resident here. So you will introduce yourself to me, and what is the name?
My name is Wo Buse.
Wo Buse. You the town chief for Popot Village. By the way, why is it being called Popot Village? You're into happening the Popot here, eh? And how long you stay here now in this village?
More than 20 years.
More than 20 years. So that means you were apparently a grandchild of this village. Your parents used to live here, and now you come as born here. You grew up here. Now you are the chief of this village. How do you feel about, the kind of village you saw many years ago and the current village you see now?
I feel proud now because we didn't use construction.
Okay.
What we were using
dumping house. Living concrete. You feel fine for your people.
At 10%, we have to build a decent water.
When President Weah came here that day, that fateful day, I saw you people dancing. Some people said he was just talking politics and this was never going to happen. You remember that?
Yeah.
And so as a young man, how do you feel seeing what the president said to you coming to, the actualization, of giving you a structure to live in? How do you feel?
I feel fine. You are presenting excellent job for us.
Okay. So have any president made a stop here since you are living here? And I see any president pass on the road and stop? Is that President Weah? Is that President Weah? And he gave you a horse free of charge. Okay. So is there any message you want to send out there to the Liberian people?
The only message I have, maybe they're going to pump up. We don't get no pump.
You don't get pumped.
We don't get no pump.
Okay.
We don't get current again.
You don't have current. Okay. Okay. So you want the president to make sure that there's electricity here and there's safe drinking water here. And that would be very good because these kind of structures should come with electricity. You stay drawing water from the swamp. That's very good. That's the message I'm sure listening to your interview, there will be intervention. But you are very happy as a young man seeing Popo Village with these structures. And this is in Nimba County. This is Nimba, right? Okay, and this is the first time in Nimba. So from here now you go towards the Ganta side and then the other side. Okay, so let me say thank you. You want to say anything else?
The only thing I want to say, we don't get pumped.
Okay.
No calling.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Chief. Thank you. So he is the man who's running the affairs of this place. And he said they got a structure, they need safe drinking water, and they need electricity. You can definitely see the electric line. It's just right here. And that's the way it goes on and on and on and on. But again, these are the residents. They live in this village, Popot Village, since 1955. They were never opportune to sleep in these kind of structure. This is the Weah Liberia we're talking about. His Excellency the President, Dr. George Manuel Weah, is transforming the lives of people in towns and villages. As of 1955, the first concrete structure into Popo Village comes alive under His Excellency Dr. George Manuel Weah. Again, this is how we close up on our 10th episode of Weah's Liberia. Let me say thanks to all of you for viewing us. Another time when I'm back with you will be from somewhere around Liberia. But until then, thanks for viewing us and have a God bless and wonderful day.
We want to encourage those who want to remain corrupt and steal money, that I beg the money should be used to bless our people. Thank you and God bless.